Have you ever checked your bank account and instantly felt anxiety? Maybe it's the bills. Maybe it's debt. Maybe it's the fear of not having enough. Financial stress has quietly become one of the biggest emotional struggles in modern life. But what if I told you the Bible reveals a hidden reason why money creates so much anxiety? And once you understand this truth, your entire perspective on money can change. Stay with me, because near the end of this video I'm going to show you a powerful biblical principle that can completely transform how you deal with financial stress. Financial stress doesn't just affect your wallet, it affects your mind. You start worrying about the future, you feel pressure to provide, and sometimes you even feel like you're failing. Many people silently carry this burden, but what's fascinating is that money anxiety is not a new problem. 2,000 years ago people struggled with the same fears, and that's exactly why Jesus Christ talked about money and worry more than many people realize. But what he said next surprised everyone listening. During one of his most famous teachings, Jesus said something radical. He told people not to worry about their life or what they would eat or drink. Imagine hearing that when you're struggling financially. At first it almost sounds unrealistic, but Jesus wasn't ignoring financial struggles. He was revealing something deeper. He asked a powerful question: can any of you by worrying add a single hour to your life? The answer is obvious. Worry feels productive, but it actually changes nothing. And this leads to a deeper truth about financial anxiety. But before we go there, you need to understand the real reason money stress feels so powerful. Financial stress isn't really about money, it's about security. Money represents safety. It represents control over the future. It represents stability for our families. So when money feels uncertain, our sense of security feels threatened. But Jesus revealed something life-changing. He said people cannot serve both God and money. In other words, whatever you trust for security will eventually control your emotions. If money is your ultimate security, then every financial problem becomes a crisis. But if God is your security, money loses its power over your peace. And what Jesus said next reveals one of the most beautiful ideas in the Bible. Jesus told people to look at the birds. Birds don't store wealth. They don't build bank accounts. Yet somehow they survive every day. Why? Because God designed a system of provision. But here's something important. Birds still work. They fly. They search. They gather food. This means trusting God does not mean doing nothing. The Bible encourages responsibility, but without anxiety. And once you understand this balance, financial stress starts losing its power. But there's still a deeper lesson here that most people miss. Modern research shows something interesting. A huge percentage of worries people have never actually happened. The mind imagines worst-case scenarios. What if I lose my job? What if I can't pay my bills? What if everything falls apart? But Jesus addressed this exact mindset. He said, do not worry about tomorrow. Not because tomorrow doesn't matter, but because worrying about tomorrow steals peace from today. And this leads to the first step of Bible therapy for financial stress. Jesus gave one of the most famous financial principles in the Bible. He said, seek first the kingdom of God. This means your highest priority should not be money. It should be your relationship with God. When people put money first, they live in constant pressure. But when people put God first, they gain perspective. Money becomes a tool instead of a master. But this leads to a second step that many people struggle with. One of the most powerful ideas in the Bible is contentment. Contentment doesn't mean giving up ambition. It means learning peace regardless of circumstances. Without contentment, people chase money forever. No amount ever feels like enough. But contentment breaks the cycle of endless financial pressure. It allows people to live with peace even while they continue improving their lives. But there is one final step of Bible therapy that brings true emotional healing. Prayer is one of the most powerful forms of spiritual therapy. When people bring their financial worries to God, something changes internally. Fear slowly begins to release its grip. Prayer doesn't always instantly change circumstances, but it changes the heart facing those circumstances. And sometimes that inner peace becomes the foundation for wiser decisions, clearer thinking, and unexpected opportunities. But before we finish, remember this final truth about money. The world often measures people by income. success, or possessions, but the Bible teaches something radically different. Your worth does not come from money. Your identity does not come from your bank account. Your value comes from God. And when people truly understand this, financial stress begins losing its power, because the same God who provides for creation is also watching over your life. And when trust replaces fear, peace begins to grow.